Africa, a vast continent of over 1.4 billion people, rich in culture, resources, and ambition. Yet, for decades, one of the greatest obstacles to progress has been infrastructure. Roads and railways, the veins of commerce and development, have remained underdeveloped, hindering trade, economic growth, and regional connectivity. But now, a transformation is underway. Countries across Africa are making historic investments in transportation infrastructure, laying the groundwork for a new era of development. In this documentary, we will explore Africa's past, present, and future in road and railway development, examining the challenges, the breakthroughs, and the bold initiatives shaping the continent's future. To understand Africa's journey in infrastructure development, we must look back. Historically, much of the continent's transport network was built during colonial rule not to connect African nations, but to extract resources and transport them to coastal ports. Roads and railways were designed to serve European economic interests, leaving behind a fractured, inefficient system that failed to prioritize intra-African connectivity. Even after independence, African governments struggled to expand and maintain transport infrastructure. Limited budgets, political instability, and a lack of technical expertise made large-scale road and railway projects difficult to sustain. By the late 20th century, many of the colonial-era railways had fallen into disrepair, and road networks remained inadequate for the growing population and economy. The consequences have been severe. Poor roads increase the cost of transportation, hinder agricultural exports, and make everyday commutes unbearable. In some countries, rural communities remain isolated due to impassable roads. Railways, which could provide a cost-effective alternative to roads, have been largely neglected, but things are changing. Across the continent, ambitious road and railway projects are reshaping Africa's landscape. Governments and private investors recognize that without modern infrastructure, economic growth will remain stunted. In West Africa, the Lagos-Abidjan corridor is under construction, a massive highway project that will connect 5 countries: Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Ghana, and Côte d'Ivoire, improving trade and mobility across the region. In East Africa, the Northern Corridor, linking Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and South Sudan, is becoming a major trade artery. Rail transport is also making a strong comeback. Ethiopia's Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway, completed in 2017, is a game-changer, cutting transportation time between the two cities from 3 days to just 12 hours. Kenya's standard gauge railway has revolutionized freight and passenger travel between Mombasa and Nairobi. These projects, funded in part by international partners such as China and the African Development Bank, are setting the stage for a new era of connectivity. Despite progress, Africa's infrastructure challenges remain significant. Funding is one of the biggest hurdles. Large-scale projects require billions of dollars in investment, and many African nations still rely heavily on foreign loans, raising concerns about debt sustainability. Bureaucracy and corruption also pose obstacles. Infrastructure projects often face delays due to inefficiencies, mismanagement, and lack of coordination among government agencies. Additionally, maintenance is frequently overlooked, leading to rapid deterioration of newly built roads and railways. Security concerns also impact infrastructure development. In regions affected by conflict, such as parts of the Sahel and Central Africa, construction efforts are often halted due to instability. So, what is the way forward? Africa's vision for the future is clear: modern, efficient, and interconnected transport networks that support economic growth and regional integration. The African Union's Agenda 2063 places infrastructure development at its core, envisioning a continent where people and goods move seamlessly across borders. The African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, launched in 2021, is set to transform trade by eliminating barriers and fostering cooperation among African nations. Improved roads and railways will be key to making this vision a reality. New technologies are also playing a role. Countries like Rwanda and Kenya are pioneering smart transport systems, using digital tools to manage traffic and improve urban mobility. In South Africa, electric trains are being introduced to promote sustainable transport. The future of African infrastructure is not just about building roads and railways, it's about making them smarter, more efficient, and environmentally sustainable. The transformation of Africa's roads and railways is more than just a means of transportation, it is a catalyst for broader societal and economic change. With improved infrastructure, businesses can thrive, farmers can reach new markets, and students can access education with greater ease. Investment in roads and railways directly leads to job creation, from construction workers to engineers to logistics experts. The expansion of infrastructure fuels industries such as tourism, manufacturing, and agriculture, all of which depend on efficient transportation networks. Moreover, modern transport networks encourage regional integration, fostering unity among African nations. The dream of an interconnected Africa is no longer a distant vision, it is becoming a reality with each new highway, each rail line, and each policy decision that prioritizes infrastructure development. This is Africa's moment. The journey ahead is long, but the road is being paved and the tracks are being laid. A brighter, more connected future awaits. Africa is on the move, literally. Every kilometre of road and every railway track laid down brings the continent closer to a future of economic prosperity and social development. While challenges remain, the determination to build a better future is stronger than ever. Across Africa, infrastructure is not just about transportation. It is about opportunity, progress, and unlocking the potential of more than 1.4 billion people. A well-connected Africa means faster trade, improved mobility, and stronger regional cooperation. The African Continental Free Trade Area is already reshaping the economic landscape, and roads and railways play a critical role in its success. A farmer in Uganda can now transport produce to Kenya in hours instead of days. Goods from West Africa can reach Central Africa with greater efficiency. The East African Railway Master Plan aims to create seamless railway connectivity across multiple nations, easing cross-border movement and trade. These improvements have a direct impact on businesses, job creation, and economic stability, setting the stage for Africa's industrialization. The roads and railways of today will shape the Africa of tomorrow. The journey has begun.